Thank you for staying with us. Let's begin with the rising cost of living in Nigeria. The campaign for equal rights and opportunities for all Nigerians, CERON, says the policies and programs of the federal government in making life difficult for people and driving more citizens into poverty. The group's secretary, Francis Odiir, pointed out that the lingering fuel scarcity and sudden increase in pump price have subjected Nigerians to unbearable hardship and further impoverished the masses. Today, there was a protest in Edo and some other parts of the country. People were said to have been buying fuel for 650 Naira a litre outside Lagos. So if Lagos is this chaotic, if we have this kind of transport situation, if you have this kind of situation in Lagos, you can imagine what we're going to have outside Lagos.
Yes, the Akute area is being sold for 400 Naira per litre now. Some days back, I think on Friday, it was 310 Naira per litre. But it's gone to 400 now. And that's before the official deregulation of the downstream sector. There is no explanation for what is going on. Ordinarily, so many heads should have rolled. But our president does not believe that heads should roll. As far as it's concerned, in every situation, the head must stay stationary. But we all know that for us to have efficiency in the system, there must be consequences for bad behavior, consequences for incompetence. Because the president appointed people to work for him, to spare him embarrassment that could happen in the course of his work. But if some people behave like whatever happens, nothing will happen to them, then we are in trouble. Look at what happened with the contaminated fuel. By now, we should have been reading that
some people, the names of the culprits involved, yes, and people that are suspended.
We should have heard that people were jailed. Is an offense for which some people should be in jail, not just even to fire them. You fire them and still put them in the slammer. Yeah. It's just normal.
Because the ripple effect, what that thing cost, the engines that would have been destroyed and
look at this scarcity. It caused scarcity across the country.
Yeah.
It caused serious scarcity across the country. So if by your actions you subject innocent Nigerians to unbearable pain, then you deserve to pay. But we didn't see anything like that. Now, at this time when the government should actually leave office on a high, what we are seeing is a situation in which more and more Nigerians are slipping into the poverty cycle. They are moving into the poverty cycle. That should not be the case. And I hope that some of these issues can still be resolved before the president leaves office, so that his time will not be signposted by these problems that have cropped up just as he's about to leave office. Because Nigerians will remember this unbearable pain. We have never had to buy petrol at this kind of pricing. So many people will not remember that for a long time we had stability in the sector. They will remember that just before the president left office, this was what happened, And if you tell them now about after 2015, we had stability, they will not listen. They will point to what they are seeing now. So that's the more reason the president can still redeem himself on this matter, get this problem solved once and for all, ease the pain on our people. These are terrible times for our people.
Mojit, some people will say that, look, any government will try to even, placate the people as election year, so that they can favor your party. But the APC-led government seem to be so unperturbed, because if the better part of last year, towards the end of last year, there was this scarcity, you allowed it to linger into January. And now we are coming to the end of January, and this thing will definitely move with us with February to February.
I believe there is a calculated attempt by some enemies of Nigeria to deliberately, by their actions, inflict pains and hardship on Nigerians. Now, we can catalog the events that are deliberately targeted at the masses. Forget about fuel crisis, in December, there was a notice that for vehicle users, normally who do third-party insurance, you have to have an insurance. The third party is the one that just allow me to pass 5,000 naira. And there was a notice that this has been increased from 5,000 to 15,000 naira. It is when you want to renew your vehicle papers that you will know. What to pay 5,000 for now is moving to 15,000. I've never seen that kind of increment before. And nobody is saying anything. And it was approved by the NICOM. That's the apex body for insurance and brokers in Nigeria. Most people who fall into this category are commercial drivers and private vehicle owners who cannot afford the comprehensive insurance. They just do that basic minimum of 5,000. Now, the redesigning of the Naira notes, the kind of hardship people faced over the weekend, in the whole of this Ikeja axis, I can count the number of bank ATMs that were working. In fact, at a particular Zenith Bank's ATM, people were beating each other to be able to access the ATM.
Today, no old notes, no new notes. That's what the banks will tell you.
So,
that's what
you have your money. You can't.
Let's quickly take our viewers down to Kano State. It's a season of political rallies, and we could take you to Kano State, and people will have opportunity to join us on our other platforms.
Aid on Nigeria. So, fuel, I was at Peru, Remo, yesterday. This one is not, I was looking for the venue of the party I went for, a friend's mom's 70th birthday in Peru. Lo and behold, we are looking for the venue, so I now told my driver to move to a filling station so that we can ask the guys queuing there to buy fuel. So I used the opportunity to look at the meter. In fact, they thought we wanted to buy. They said it's 400 naira per liter. Lo and behold, I saw it and I snapped it. In Peru, Remo, 400 naira per liter.
You can buy it. If you can
now,
buy it,
in January, electricity distribution companies, DISCO, increased their tariff by about 10 naira without telling customers. So if you've been recharging 10,000 naira before and it was giving you probably 70 units, now you should buy 10,000, what it will give you is about 50-something units. So it's, deliberate attempt to inflict hardship. Now people cannot touch gas, you can't touch kerosene. Kerosene is 900 naira per liter.
Yes.
Should we go to
start felling trees.
Charcoal or what? Or firewood. So it's there are some that are quite avoidable. That people, they can still hold on to. I don't see the need in this redesigning of Naira notes that is so compelling that it must be done now.
Oh, it's the haste that is the problem.
Yeah. Peter is calling us from Tariff State. Thank you for joining us, Peter. Oh, I think we lost Peter.
It's the haste. And it is that haste that is making banks to cut corners. Because they know you are scared that you will be caught. With so much money with you, before the deadline, after the deadline. So now that desperation that people don't want to lose their money is what is causing banks to cut corners, and the fact that it's not enough. Today there was so much bedlam in one of the First Bank branches in Nigeria.
Juliet, let's just move directly to the Naira note controversy. The scarcity of new Naira notes in Nigeria is creating more problems.